Hi everybody, I'm Jason Barrows with jerryjamesstone.com. Today we're going to make a savory scone. It's cheddar, black pepper, and honey. And it's delicious, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. So here we go. So I have some all-purpose flour here in the bowl. We're going to add to our flour all of our dry ingredients. So we have baking powder, baking soda, salt, and freshly ground pepper. So the next step is we're going to cut in our butter. We want to make sure that it's very cold. We don't want that to be room temperature. We want it to keep its shape. So we're going to put in our butter, and we're going to take a pastry blender and cut that in. If you don't have a pastry blender, it's okay. You can either use 2 knives or some forks, or you can use your hands, either way. You just want to cut your butter in, and you want it to be sort of a coarse, meal. Like you just want little tiny pieces of butter. The butter is going to tenderize your product, and you want to make sure that it's not completely mixed in. So you do want to leave some small chunks of butter in there. With a spatula, just scrape off any butter that's on the pastry blender. We want to make sure that stays in the mixture. So next we're going to add in our sharp cheddar cheese. I recommend freshly grating your own cheese if you can. Sometimes already grated cheese has cellulose and stuff that makes it not clump together in the package. Not the end of the world, but fresh is always best. So we're going to add that into our flour mixture. Just make sure that's all mixed in, and then the next step is our buttermilk and our honey. And you can just add those both in together. No rhyme or reason, just throw them in. Okay, and then we're just going to mix this until it starts to form a dough. You don't want it to be too wet. You don't want it to be too dry in the bottom. So just mix here until it starts to come together, and here we go. So now that our dough is mixed, we're going to turn that out onto a lightly floured work surface. You want to just knead it a little bit, not too much, just to get those last few dry bits and just make sure everything is incorporated. And then we're going to divide that dough into 2 separate portions and make those into 5-inch rounds. Okay, so once you've divided your dough into 2 5-inch rounds, the next step is we're going to brush them with some melted butter, about a tablespoon. And then we're going to crack some freshly ground pepper on top of that. We are then going to cut the rounds into 6 equal pieces and put that on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Just make sure that they're nicely spaced around, so they're not touching each other, as these will get bigger in the oven. And we're going to put these in a preheated 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes or so. And then you're going to bring them out just as they start to turn brown, and then you'll be all set. So there you have it, some nice savory scones. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know and we'll get back to you. Thanks. See you next time. Bye. And then we're going to put those on a lined, okay.